Thanks to the mothers in my work who are talking about their children and school stories, I have been again inspired to talk about my life. The fun part is the keynote or the clue that I'm trying to bring across is follow your strategy and authority. Nourish yourself correctly, if and when sacral or I'm empty already in the head, oh god. Anyways, so I'm not gonna push it. Just on a short, very quick note. The Wa or Pentas, they are places, they are forms that have kind of their own flavors each and every time. So, whatever makes the Wa and Penta competent or incompetent is pretty much irrelevant. Now, the relevant part is to realize that you don't have to be possessed by some auric greater form than what your aura is. You can move in the Wa freely. You can move in the Penta freely. Some things might give you the ick. Some things might work for you very simple. And other things you might not even ever notice. Now, as I was talking with my colleague, who was very lovely, very glad and relaxed about her son's development in school, I'm very happy for her. I was also telling the story of myself and being in front of the fixed Wa of my classes and you know, for forever and always having kind of a panic in the head or something very emotional solar plex story where you know I have the 36.2, which is the gate of crisis, which is, you know, stuff happening and you either being able to deal with it or not, right? And I also have the 49.3, and I have a lot of those to the head pointing gates, and I got the 17.6, and so in my life I have been experiencing different positions within those. Oh my god, they're gonna exclude me after this. Oh my god, they're gonna think I'm stupid. Oh my god, they're gonna think I'm too smart. You know, there's everything you do is wrong. Everything you do is going to be opposed by somebody at some point. Now, the key is to not take outer people as the value of you, okay? So for one part in my design, and we are speaking of Wa here, right? So every center and every gate is being infused with energy in that way, that sense. Whether it's correct or not is a question that has nobody ever been asked. Well, maybe nowadays it has, probably might have, very likely, since there's experimenters with children. Anyways, at least I hope that there is. So yeah, So one of those wonderful gates of mine is the youthful folly, right? And we which is in the head. I think it was the 24.1, and I have the 4.3, the sin of omission, right? So I remember one specific presentation where I was in school, and it was my turn to presentate, and it wasn't even to present to presentate fuck to present, and it wasn't even like half an hour or something thing. It was just a small 10-15 minutes thing, and I was so nervous. I was so fast. I was like, man, we gotta push this out. Fuck! And then go back to sitting, okay? Thank you very much. And I got a 2 on that thing. So the next presentation I did slower on purpose. I also had a projector friend at that time at the school who was in a different class. However, I asked her, I want to get the 1, and the teacher said next time slower when I was there. You know, I told her the story. I have the 56.1, so it was a very, very, I want to say natural happenstance. And she guided me. She said, okay, that's what the teacher said, then do it, right? And she opened the door for me in that regard, and it was lovely. She felt successful. I was having a 1, and the thing is, after I got the note, right? The grade it's called. Another friend who was kind of a fiend, who I don't know, I never figured her out really. She's also a projector. The other day I accepted her friend request on Instagram. Yeah, I held a grudge for years. She made my life really, really hard. So yeah, to the wall. She was upset. From that day on out, everything was done. I was like, man, what did I do? Who the hell does she think I am? Right? I had no clue. Or who the hell does she think she is that she can demand things of me? I don't know. We don't know. It's I don't even know her true chart, so what to do? There's no questions about this anyways. The clue I'm trying to get to is that within the war, within the aura form that's ruling or not ruling your life, you might get lost. You know, people will think you're a completely different type because you behave freely, or people, and that's my assumption that the other projector thought, well, she's also a projector, and then it showed that I'm a well-guided generator, and somehow she got jealous. Who knows? I don't know. It's just an assumption, right? Questions that will never get asked by me in this lifetime, or maybe they will. Who knows? Who cares? It's not that important anyways. It's fine. So yeah, you know, people also might fall in love with you, and then years later, when you finally make it, you're finally in a somewhat situation, they are just having the worst breakdown of their imagination because you're something that's different with them alone, right? You're something out of the school area. You're something that's always a little insecure and always a little bold, right? You're something that's always a little externalizing as hell and not saying anything at all. And I don't know how to say, you know, people might think and believe something in their head that then turns out to be a complete mind fluke. And to weather those storms, or to live after such happenstances, because other people with other centers defined have other impacts on you, and if they wanna harass and bring you down, they will try with their full force, because all they do is think about you and how to conquer you, and you know, to then go about their life. Look at my ego mind. I'm the best, I'm the whatever. And they might even be ego undefined, or maybe even wide open. Who knows, right? There's so many absurdities that happen when people are uncentered, and they bring their sickness across walls, and people get sick en masse. You know? You hear me? I hope you do. I believe it's brought across by now why you should live your strategy in authority. Because it's the only thing that will ever protect you. You know? You know. I don't have to ask, you know. So why not book a call? Why not check it out? What is your proper way of navigation? What is it that will get you through your life in whichever unique way, right? Because for most people it's just coming back to the root of who you were, so that you can actually freely do what it is that you like to do. So for some people it might be painting. For some people it might be walking, wandering, right? Climbing mountains. Really passionate here. Oh my god. I always feel so rewarded when I do these videos. It's very fascinating. It's a delight. And I wonder why it is now that I do the things I do. Yeah. I don't know what it's good for. I believe it's for letting the soul be delighted. The soul being the body is free and the passenger is watching the movie, enjoying the ride, right? I believe that's as much soul as life can get. And there is never a competition with anybody else, right? There just simply isn't. Because there's only one of you. And even if you're twins, right? You have a completely different second of birth. It's that detailed. Okay? Two people of the same maker, of the same half an hour, quarter hour, I don't know how fast siblings come out. I don't want to know so well, but yeah. Maybe I do want to know actually. To hear it from people. In my family, there's a pair of twins. It's very fascinating. Yeah. So what to do? Again, the wa forms. Don't be not self in unawareness. At least try to be not self and watch it. Try to see, damn, that was not self of me. I actually don't have ego definition. I cannot promise shit. I'm oh my god, what am I doing? Right? Wait. I'm gonna hold up. Hold up. Eh. Take a seat and be ready for the next episode. Hey. So, at least go around your life and be like, you know what? So if you have an open or undefined ego, at least go about and say at least. At least go about and say at least. So this and that. I wanna make a promise to try as best as I can to fulfill this task. Don't say I promise to fulfill this task. It's only ever gonna blow up in your face if your ego undefined or open. And yeah, that's the last transmission I wanted to say. Fuck, what the hell? I'm going through heavy shit. I wasn't that aware that this stuff was lingering so long. I'm deeply fascinated and, of course, shocked how intense emotions and knowledge I have been transporting. And so yeah, the story continues. Deconditioning, reconditioning, self-love. Look at this picture. It's so beautiful in the sunshine. Damn. Also, on a second line note, I was listening to German punk rock, Wieso, and Die Ärzte, and Oxo 89, I think, or 86, somewhere around there. Anyways, one of those bands, they all basically have the similar messages of post-war Antifa and stuff, and yeah, I think it was the Ärzte who made the song of the lyrics went somewhere around like, if you don't try, you do it best if you don't try, or something. So the message is, don't try to force anything, just be present and enjoy the ride. Okay. Yeah, you say it best, say it best. When you say nothing at all. Which is also about presence, right? It's a completely different song, but it's very much about presence. And being correct. Trusting the nozzle of your life, you know? Oh my god, I'm making a mess here. Shit. The nozzle of your life, the cuddles of your life through seeing yourself, through navigating correctly, you know? Cheers. Take care. Follow your strategy and authority. If you don't know what that is, go figure it out. Come to me and we'll have a chat.